Hey, how's it going everybody? It's your pal Mega Snoop, and today I am bringing a follow-up video to that video I made last week where I was talking about, hey, we can make a difference. Let's do something to help change the game for the better, because that's what we as a community should be doing. We should be able to come together and say, this is what can make the game better, and then maybe get listened to, and then perhaps help the game grow. That is the idea behind taking community criticism and suggestions, and something that it looks like Toontown Rewritten is trying to do more of. And I'm absolutely happy to help them with that, because I know that I do have a big portion of the community who watches these videos, and even though we are still technically the minority of the entire community, our voices can speak as a consensus for what the rest of the community wants. So what I did is I asked you to go leave a comment on that video over there, and if you liked other comments, to thumb them up so I can see what everybody is thinking, what everybody thinks needs to be added to the game, what needs to be changed, what needs to be fixed. And I've compiled some here together so I can show them off here and maybe present them to the Toontown Rewritten staff and see what they think. I don't expect them to take all of the ideas, I don't expect them to take any of the ideas, but I want them to know where we stand as a community as far as the game goes. Half the time they might not know something is broken or wants to be changed because the community doesn't voice it. It might just be something that we're all thinking and never actually say, or maybe one or two people are saying it and it's not getting the message across. So here we have comments with hundreds of thumbs up across a video that got thousands of views, and now we can take that and say, as a small consensus, this is what a majority of the community is thinking. So with that being said, let's jump into it. The ideas I have kind of break down into three different categories. I have some things that are easy to implement, I have some things that need to be implemented, and I have the most highly requested things to be implemented. So we're going to start off with just a couple of the easy ones, one of them being some of the accessories that were in the original Toontown. The phase files I believe are still there, I can be corrected if I'm wrong, but I'm sure some of those accessories that just haven't been in the catalog for a while can still make a reappearance as long as Toontown Written decides to cycle them back in. As someone playing since 2014, I have literally every single item you can physically have, pretty close as far as accessories go. And I still know there are some from TTO that haven't come back into the game yet, and honestly, I'm tired of getting a catalog every week just to look through it and see that literally everything says already purchased every single time. So I know there's still some out there. If you could just mix them back in the lineup, it's probably not that hard to do, and it would make a few people happy. Another one is fishing. I know some people don't like to sit around and fish for hours upon hours on end. I've maxed fishing 3 times myself, and I quite enjoy it. It's nice and relaxing, but because I've maxed it 3 times, I can tell you for a fact that it does take a while to do. So it would be nice, perhaps, to make the fish a little less rare, and I know there is a silly team for that, I understand. However, with this question, somebody left a really great comment right after it, just with a nice solution. Just make it where fish that you've already caught are less likely to be caught again, if that makes sense. Currently, I think there's actually a system in place where fish that you've caught are more likely to be caught again. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that one too, but at least that's the way the system worked back in like 2015. But if you could just, tweak that a little bit and make it where, hey, if you haven't caught a fish already, you're more likely to catch that fish, even if it is an ultra rare. It doesn't make ultra rares any less ultra rares, it just makes them slightly less rare and gives you a better chance of getting them, or at least gives you the hope of getting them. Another one that's really nice is being able to show the cog health and show how much damage each person's gag is doing. I don't really want to have to ask if somebody's cake is organic or if somebody's fog is maxed, so if there was a way where once they click it, it would show how much damage it does, perhaps above their tune meter, that way we know without having to communicate, it would be really helpful, I'm not gonna lie. You don't have to, but it'd be nice. Also, knowing exactly how much cog health is left, I mean, there is a formula for trying to figure out what the cog health is, and once you hit them a couple times, you can try to do the quick maths in your head. But just seeing a number there would really help out, And it's not like it's making the game easier, it's just making it more convenient. But now let's get into the hard-hitting stuff, because this stuff is the stuff that I really do believe needs to be talked about. The first one being golf. It's not working. It hasn't worked for 2 years. I mean, it works, but not really. This has been going back since when Golf was released. Golf was released and it was good. It was just like it was in TTO. And then they decided to do a massive overhaul of Golf, and it broke it for anyone playing on PC. Mac still worked, but if you played on PC, it was absolutely unplayable. You physically could not play Golf. So they worked tirelessly for about a year to finally create a new engine for Golf to make it work, and now it kind of works. It doesn't work as well as it used to, and it's almost arguing, hey, maybe you should just go back to the way it originally was. I don't think they can do that because they really rewrote the whole engine of the game, so Golf just isn't compatible with it at the moment. But I know that they've been working tirelessly on field offices, but could you have maybe somebody take a look at Golf? Because it's been like this almost 2 years now, and it's not fun. It's not fun to watch the skee ball hole not work, or watch the ball go into the hole and then pop back out for no reason. It's not fun. It needs to be addressed. It's been too long. I know at ToonFest someone even asked about it, and they didn't even say that they were working on it or that they wanted to fix it. They're like, yeah, we know. That's it. So maybe put it on the list. I'm sure a lot of us would greatly appreciate it. Tying in with Golf, another thing people want fixed from Golf, as well as many other recreational activities, is the grind for it. Just the grind in general. This is actually one of the most requested things in all of Toontown. And I know I've made countless tweets about it. I even posted on Reddit. I took a poll. The only people this would be hurting are the people who have done it already. And my argument to that is, yeah, so what? Just because other people had to go through the torture of the grind doesn't mean we shouldn't fix it or nerf it for the future. The reason why the grind is so tedious, and we all know this, is because of the fact that Disney had to sell subscriptions. The longer you played, the more you paid. That's not the case anymore. Now people just want to get on and enjoy it once again. And they're not going to enjoy it to the full extent if they're stopping halfway through because there's just too much. People want to know what the satisfaction of maxing their toon is. They want to be able to have the satisfaction of maxing Lawbot and Bossbot because it's not something they were able to do on TTO. I don't think there's anything wrong with giving them that opportunity because it's not like you're trying to keep them around for the long run. Most people only play the game a year to 2 years tops and then stop playing anyway. So in that year to 2 year, why not let them get more done? And this includes nerfing the trophy requirements for Golf, the trophy requirements for racing, perhaps even lowering the experience needed for gardening. Maybe just half it. That's a thought. Even with the silly teams in place, that does help gardening, but it could still stand to be better. And then of course, the promotions. Nobody wants to do 7 back 9s. They don't. They really don't. And there's so many different ways you can fix this, whether it's give higher multipliers for facilities. You could cut the promotion amount. So instead of needing 5,500 merits for a max suit, maybe you only need 2,500. Or even one of the most simple solutions is allow merry multipliers year round. Make them normal just for fun tasks so people can constantly be working towards those tasks and constantly be getting the double facility experience. It's a really simple solution. It's something that was introduced at ToonFest, and it's a pity that it's only available 1 month of the year. There's so many different ways you can do it, pick and choose, but this is something that so many people have been complaining about for so long and is honestly one of the most requested changes to the game. And last but not least, the highest thumbed up comment on my video, the most requested thing in the comments section, the skip button. From what I've been told, and I don't know how true this is, the skip button is literally on an on-off switch. You can just turn something on and the skip button is in the game. And the reason why it hasn't been for all of these years is because Joey's like, hey, we want people to celebrate together that victory of fighting the cog. And some of us are like, bro, if you took all the time that I had to sit there and watch Susie Tulips dance and get her 4 toon tasks done when I could be going off and completing the next toon task, I would have been done with the game 3 months ago. We all have places to be, we all have things to do, we want to be able to enjoy the game and as much of the game as we can in the time that we have. We all can't sit here 8 hours a day playing Toontown, so we take an hour this day and a couple hours that day and we want to get as much done as we can. And it really is a hindrance when you're stuck in a battle and you just want to move on. It was something introduced in TTO, a lot of people liked it, and then it was just taken away from us. It'd be something as if it never existed before, but it's there. It can be implemented. And we know just because Joey says he doesn't want it doesn't mean it won't eventually get added, because I know that there's this whole controversy that happened quite a bit ago about female toons having striped shirts. Joey came out and he's all like, we don't want that because it's not traditional. And then a year later, they added it. So we know that things can change. People's minds can change. And if it's honestly something requested by enough of the community, it can be changed too. This is the most requested change at the moment. And then maybe even add in a skip button for trolleys. That would be nice too, because nobody wants to get into Toon Memory Game and then sit there and be like, nope. Fun fact, it is quicker to quit out of the game and relog back in than it is to sit there and wait the entirety of the Toon Memory Game out. And honestly, we can find a middle ground here. We could even make it where everybody has to vote to skip. So if everybody votes, skip the trolley game. If everybody votes, skip the dancing. If everybody votes, skip the dialogue of the CFO battle or the CEO battle, because those take forever. And when you're in there with a group of 8 big cheeses, we've seen it 100 times. We know how the battle works. Let's get to it. Skip buttons would honestly change the game for the better so much more than it would hurt not being able to celebrate that 20 seconds of watching Susie Tulips complete her fight 4 cogs toon task, honestly. But those are the biggest requested changes, and some extra ones that I thought would be fair, relatively easy and could actually be done. But if the Toontown Rewritten staff is listening, I hope that maybe you take some of these into consideration, write them down on your sticky note, put it up on the bulletin board, and I don't know, maybe talk about it sometime. If not, you know what? It's okay. I've played this game for 5 years. I'm okay with going back to Fortnite. It's cool. No hard feelings. I love the things that you guys are doing. I'm glad that you guys even brought the opportunity to enjoy this game once again back to our community. And honestly, keep up the good work. Can't wait for Field Office to come out. For everybody else, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. You can leave some comments about some additional things that you would like to be added to the game in case the staff are lurking around and taking a look at comments. Otherwise, it's been your pal Mega Snoop. See you guys in the next video. Stay awesome, God bless, and peace.